A lot of steaming, fire, water, and sanding involved into creating a hat. I always saw my father coming back with clothes from jobs that he would do, and I'd always love to look at them and change them at a really young age. And I think that I had a creative voice that wanted to sort of like exemplify, you know, my path. That's sort of like the route I took. I mean, I was born in New York City, and I grew up in the southwest of France. My father's French, my mother's American, and then after that, I went to college and studied environmental science and sustainable development. And during that time, I traveled a lot. I went to Patagonia, I went to Switzerland, I went to Morocco, I went to Thailand, Australia, and I think that has led a lot into the inspiration, into the idea of what we do, and, you know, what is Nick Fouquet? And then you block the hat, and from that is sort of like the structure of what your hat is. I was working for a designer here in LA who taught me the ins and outs of production with garments and bags and denim, and I learned how to sew on industrial sewing machines. There was the guys in the Midwest, cowboys, hat makers, that were selling some of their old equipment that's like 100 years old, wooden blocks, and to acquire them was sort of like a treasure hunt. But then when we got them, we like to sort of do unconventional shapes, you know, whether it's like an asymmetrical shape or a wide brim with stitching, things that I'd never seen done before. And I don't think hats should be like mass-produced, one style, simple and clean. I think that hats should be as unique as the people that wear them. You let it sit for a while, you cut it, you band it, you sew it, and then the real creative part comes in place, which is figuring out the elements of what are gonna be in the hat. Whether it's acquiring like old Indian, Native American, or from India, block printed fabrics or woven fabrics, whether it's finding some like Japanese boro dye, whether it's gonna be a clean hat, whether it's gonna be distressed, whether we're gonna add stitching, whether we're gonna add a vintage fabric, whether we're gonna crush it, you know, you can go so many different ways, and that it's a very intuitive process.